guys, this is Corey with Custom RV in Amarillo, Texas again. And today I have another brand new arrival to show you. This is the 2022 Salem FSX model 167RBKX. This particular trailer comes in at just under 3,500 pounds and is going to be about 22 feet 11 inches in overall length. We're going to do an interior and exterior walk around tour today and talk about all of the great features in this entry-level rear bath couples unit, such as the outside mini fridge, the huge bathroom with tons of storage, the Murphy bed, the great campside window coverage, and the pretty decent kitchen and storage space that this little trailer has to offer. So let's go ahead and we'll jump onto the inside. We'll start with the living area. So starting off on the interior of the Salem FSX model 167RBK, as you can see here, you do have a Murphy bed. Now, the benefits of a Murphy bed, especially in a trailer this small, is going to be that you have a sofa and a dinette, just like these longer 30-foot super slide trailers, but you don't have the extra length, weight, and cost of having a slide out, since this trailer has no slide outs at all. Now, a couple of detailed things up here. You can see that on both sides of the sofa, you have household and USB ports, which is going to be super handy at night when the bed is down, as well as during the day if you need to plug in a phone charger or work on a laptop and everything. Now, this is also the only member of the Salem FSX family that has a north-south bed instead of an east-west corner bed. So if you're looking for a walk-around bed in something this small and you really like what the FSX has to offer, this may be the one that you really want to pay attention to. Now, over here, you could add a TV if you did want to. I don't think most people that are gonna get this are gonna put, some 55-inch jumbotron size TV up here. But if you did want to add, say a little 24-inch TV for rainy day use, you can. And you do have, the backer there and all of the appropriate connections. Now, if we look up top, again, another little detail thing that not everybody is doing up here. You can see that you do have the powered vent fan, which is super nice. A lot of people really like that, just to give you a little bit of extra airflow. And if you do want to upgrade this to a MaxxAir fan or one of those bigger Fantastic fans, that's something that is very easily done. Now you can see over here that you have your kitchen, and we'll come back to this here in just a minute, but I do want to kind of give you a look at this with everything all closed up. It's a very compact kitchenette, but it still has some really good qualities for a single axle camper. Now over here you can see that you do have a two-person dinette. Since this primarily is a couples trailer, I'm okay with that. You don't need some big giant U dinette to sleep, 2 extra adults and seat 6 people around it. You can also see that you have this huge campside window, and people love big windows like this on the campsite. And you don't get that usually when you have, slide outs, because usually the kitchen's over here since the slide out's on the driver's side of the trailer. Now you can see that you do have a Bluetooth speaker that comes with this particular unit. That's something that Salem FSX does that, people either love it or hate it. You don't get a stereo system in this other than the speaker here. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of one of those things. I think it's cool, but I could see where it could be a potential drawback for some people. Since you don't have the outside speakers, you just have this little guy. Now up here you do have your control panel. So you can see that you've got your water pump and water heater on gas switches. You've also got a couple of lighting controls and your awning control. So, and I like that that's up there out of the way. So if you have the littles with you, if your grandpa and grandma and the grandkids come over, they're not going to be messing with your control panel. Now going back to the windows, on every single one of your windows, you are going to have the pleated, dark colored nightshades that are really going to help block out a whole bunch of the sun if you want to sleep in or something. So a lot of people really like that, including myself. It drives me crazy when manufacturers put these pleated shades, but they're a white or a light brown. They really don't block out very much light at all. Now up here, you are going to have a full 13,500 BTU Coleman air conditioner. It does have the ceiling controls, so you can basically control how cold you want it from on the air conditioner. Now, if we walk through here, you have plenty of room to be able to get underneath there. If you're 6'3", 6'4", you should have plenty of room there. If we look down at the floor, you can see that there's no carpet in here whatsoever. And that's something that I really enjoy, and I think a lot of other people that are looking at something like this, this style of floor plan, really enjoy, just because it's super easy to clean. Now, down here as well, you are going to have your breakers and fuses down there, so that's easy to get to right underneath your refrigerator. And then over here, you are going to have your direct vent furnace right there. So in a camper this small, I don't think you really need some ducted furnace since it is such a small space. And, I could be wrong, but that's just the way I see it. Now, you've also got great window coverage on here to let in some extra natural light on your off-camp side. And they are a little bit smaller windows, though that way you're primarily going to look out at your campsite, but they give you a little bit of extra light and airflow and such. So I really like that. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and I want to show you how this Murphy bed works. It's super simple and can be done one-handed, which the ease of that is super nice. But let's go ahead and we'll take a look at all the storage and show you how this Murphy bed works. So starting off, on both sides of the bed, you are going to have hanging storage. And you can see it's not the widest hanging storage in the world, but at least it is there. So many times in a narrow body camper like this, you don't get these side closets right there. Or you may get one and not the other. So I do like that. So on this Murphy bed, the way this will work, this is just a standard jackknife sofa. So all you'll do is lift up from the front and pull towards you, and that will lay down like so. Now, for some reason, and I don't have a specific reason for this, but this is the only sofa that uses a Murphy bed, that uses the jackknife sofa like this. Everything else, you just take the cushions off in the Salem FSX line. So now what you'll do is this will pull out. This bed drops down. You can see that it sits on these side stands here, so you've got not a good support. And then the bed folds out like so. Now this is a folding mattress, or as some people like to call it, the bendy bed. And the reason they do that is, number one, it is cheaper to engineer it that way, but also to give you a little bit better pass-through storage. Now this is a 60 by 74 inch camper queen. So this is a little bit smaller bed. It's 6 inches shorter than a residential queen. But if you are okay with leaving the bed down all the time, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with, you could put in a 60 by 80 true queen. You would lose a little bit of walk around ability, but there's plenty of other campers that I've seen with floor plans exactly like this that have a fixed bed. So I don't think it's something that is really going to hurt the function of this particular unit. So just keep that in mind. Again, you've got hanging storage on the bed, on the other side of the bed. And then that box right here is actually, well, let's get a little closer on this. If we get this out of the way, that is your solar charge controller. So that is basically monitoring how much juice from the sun is coming in and, you know, is making sure that your battery doesn't get overcharged. Now there's full storage under the dinette. I just don't have that torn apart today. You've got good storage here, so very nice there. And then you're going to have the same matching cabinet on this side. I do wish they would put strut supports on these. I just think that would be a lot easier. Now I get it, it is a budget-friendly camper, so I understand why they didn't do that, but it's something that I would do. Actually, that'd be the first thing I'd do if I was buying this camper. Now over here you do have your microwave and hood range vent. If you look down there, you can see you have a 2-burner cooktop with the glass cover to kind of maximize your countertop space. Single full extension plywood box ball bearing drawer guided drawer. All pressed membrane thermal foil style countertops. So if you spill some water or splash some water at the sink, it's not going to get in there and, you know, delaminate anything or anything like that. You're also going to have your thermostat right there. And I find that's an interesting spot for the outlet right here above the window. That to me just doesn't make much sense. I guess I understand it since the stove is right there, but it just seems a little awkward the more I think about that. You've got some nice divided storage here. This is a removable shelf, so you can lift that up out of the way if you have some taller items that need to go in there. Again, I probably said this, but full storage under the dinette. And then you're going to have a great amount of storage on the top of that shelf. And then down here is going to be things such as your water pump and freshwater inlet that they block off so that shifting cargo doesn't damage it. Now over here, this is actually, before we get to that, you do have a farm style sink. I don't want to forget about this with the split cutting board style covers. That's kind of a new thing. I don't know if that's a shortage or if they just changed that. High-rise faucet above there too. It is not a pull-out sprayer faucet. And then over here, this is a best-in-class feature. You have a 10.7 cubic foot 12-volt compressor fridge from Everchill. So great space there. This will run off of the solar panel or the battery or the charge line on your pickup truck. There's your freezer portion. The reason that most RVs are going to this as opposed to a gas and electric refrigerator is because of these can be safely used in transit. The gas electric fridges could theoretically start a fire, and actually it's one of the leading causes of RV fires on the gas electric fridges, primarily when they're being used in motion. And so a lot of states are also trying to limit the use of propane going down the road. There's some states that won't even let you run them at all. The other thing is these have better insulation than the gas electric refrigerators, and they cool down so much faster. This would be cool in about an hour and a half if I left it on. It's just amazing. But with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll jump back here and take a look at the bathroom. And I tell you, if you're looking for a big bathroom in a small camper, this may be one you want to check out. So stepping back into the bathroom, you have a sliding pocket door here. Now I really do like their kind of bungee cord strap to hold this down. That's kind of a neat feature. You are going to have, we'll come back to the toilet here in just a second, but you've got tons of space here, and you've even got an extra hanging rod up there too. So great storage for a small camper. You're also going to have mirrors there as well to kind of make this room feel a lot bigger. You'll get to look at my goofy face. Nice window back here, and that does have a privacy shade down there. Electrical outlet. Now you do have that is a porcelain toilet. Again, I am very surprised at that. I've been seeing that more and more in the Salem products here lately. I don't know if that's a shortage or if they're making an online change to do that. Either way, it's a bonus feature. I really do like that. A little bit of storage down there as well as some plumbing access. Thermal foil press membrane countertops. Decent sized sink with, some decent countertop space in here. I'm kind of surprised. This is a little awkward to me, but I can understand it, I guess. And then, I don't know where else they would have put that. And then up here, you've got a real medicine cabinet, not just a mirror glued to the wall. Now, another crowd-pleasing feature is the fact that Salem FSX doesn't do any tubs. They have a shower pan in here. You can see the ABS plastic surround there. And you are going to have a curtain here, so no fancy door or anything. That's more of just for the price point of the unit. And then up here, you are going to have another power vent fan. Now, that is the 4-inch fart fan. You could always upgrade that to a max air fan if you did want to. Although, I would leave it a standard fan here and upgrade the one out there in the kitchen area. Mainly because I've noticed with the bigger fans, in an application like this, they don't give you as much headroom. So you may lose a couple inches of headroom if you do upgrade that. Now, I'm 6'2". I can easily stand in there. Now, my head does have to be in the vent, but it's still not as bad as some campers that I've been in. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and we will jump on to the outside and take a look at the outside features. I do apologize for some wind noise. That's just the way it is in West Texas, I guess. It's always windy anytime I try to record these videos for you. But let's go ahead and jump onto the outside. All right, guys, so we're on the outside of this 167RBK. And first thing I do want to talk about is you do have this is in the Platinum series. So this has got the fiberglass sidewalls. Now you are still going to have an aluminum nose sweep. And if we take a look over here at this FSX toy hauler, it's a lot bigger, but that is what it will look like with the aluminum siding. So this was not planned at all. It's just kind of where we parked the trailer, but you can kind of get a good sense of the difference between the two packages here. Now, this Platinum package will add about 150 to 200 pounds of weight. So if you're planning on bringing a lot of stuff in this camper, or if you have a very limited tow capacity SUV, you may want to go with the aluminum standard series just to save that extra 200 pounds. Now up here you do have a power tongue jack, single 20-pound propane tank. There are the rails for your battery, and this does come with a Group 24 series battery from the manufacturer, and you're going to have a battery disconnect back there. The battery is part of their extended power package, which is a 190-watt solar panel, the charge controller that we saw on the inside, and that battery. So really neat feature to run that 12-volt refrigerator, lights, awnings, your furnace, the water heater, things like that. Now, it's not going to run the AC, and it's not going to run the electrical outlets. To do that, you'd have to really upgrade and spend some serious money. Now, they also go ahead and give you a simple solar prep port on the outside from Go Power, so you can add an extra panel if you did want to. A new for 2022 feature is the magnetic holdbacks on your baggage doors. And man, I tell you, I have been asking them to do that for years, and I'm so glad that they finally listened. Now down in here, you can see you do have a little bit of pass-through storage. It's not the tallest in the world, but it still is a pass-through storage. Now you can see you've got the 4-corner stabilizer jacks. They are manual. You're going to have a nice sized power awning for this size of camper. It's about as big as they can make it. Now, it is going to have LED light strips in them. You're going to have a larger entry assist handle, friction hinge door to help keep the door from slamming. And then you're going to have 2 standard fold-out steps. I believe there is a MORryde step above step option for these now. Single axle electrical outlet, and you can see that really good looking campside window there. Now back here, the K in the RBK stands for kitchen. Now this isn't a full kitchen like you get on a lot bigger trailer, but you get a outside mini fridge, And you get a propane quick connect back here. There's your rear stabilizer jacks as well. Now, if we get up underneath here and take a look, you can see that your tanks are enclosed. Now, they are not heated. They are just enclosed. It's to protect against some road debris. So this is not some four-season Arctic camper. And here comes the wind, like I was talking about. Back on the back, you've got your spare tire carrier, 4-inch square tubular bumper for your stinky slinky, outside shower. And you're also going to have your black tank flush. Now, right next to that window, you are going to have a prep for a Furrion backup camera. So really neat feature there. Now, over here, you are going to have your black and gray tank dumps right here. So easy to get to, not under a slide or anything. You're going to have your cable and satellite connections there. Your 6-gallon propane-only water heater, 30-amp detachable power cord, and then your city water and freshwater fill. There's the back side of your furnace. And then up here is the other side of your pass-through storage. And let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers on this unit. So as you can see, you have a GVWR of 4,815 pounds with a single 4,400-pound axle. That's going to give you a cargo carrying capacity of just over 1,300 pounds with a dry weight of 3,499 pounds. So really, really well spec'd out unit for the size. So with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for the 2022 Salem FSX Model 167RBKX. If you're interested in this travel trailer and you have any questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section down below. I will also post a link to our website where you can check pricing and availability at any time. I will also post my contact information at the beginning of this video as well as down in the description, where you can call or text me with any questions that you have. Remember, at Custom RV, we don't do any hidden dealer fees. We leave those up to the bigger dealers, and we know that RVs are made for women, so men can go camping. Real quick, if you do me a favor before you leave, if you could hit that like button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. That really helps us and helps promote our videos to other potential RV buyers like yourself. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe and notification bell. We're at 947 subscribers as of February the 15th, 2022. I would really like to be able to get to 1,000 subscribers before the middle of March, which is just about a month away. That's really going to help us kind of take our channel to the next level, and any help with that would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. We hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope to see you out on our lot very soon. Let's get out there and do some camping. Have a wonderful day, guys.